Hello everyone, I am Golden Ashni. I am here to represent routing protocol in the course of ad hoc and wireless sensor networks. On completion of this video, students will be able to explain what is routing protocol and how it is works. So routing protocol. So routing protocol is a process to select suitable path for the data to travel from source to destination. The process encounters several difficulties while selecting the route, which depend upon the type of network, channel characteristics, and the performance matrices. So the data sensed by the sensor nodes in a wireless sensor network is typically forwarded to the base station that connect the sensor network with the other networks, maybe internet, where the data is collected, analyzed, and some action is taken accordingly. So we have so many types of ad hoc routing processes. Actually, it can be classified into three categories. First one is proactive or table driven routing protocol. Second one is reactive or non demand routing protocol. Then third one is hybrid routing protocol. Under the table driven protocol, we have so many types: DSDV, destination sequence distance vector routing; WRP, wireless routing protocol; CGSR, cluster head gateway; switch routing protocol; then STAR. Then under the hybrid we have ZRP. Then under the on demand driven reactive we have DSR, dynamic source routing; AOD, ad hoc on demand distance vector protocol. Then TORA, temporarily ordered routing protocol. Then ABR, associatively based routing. Then first we are going to see about the proactive or table driven routing protocol. Actually, proactive routing protocol are also called as table driven routing protocol, in which each node maintains a routing table. So routing table contains up to date routing information of the entire networks. So whenever a node wants to send a packet to the receiver node, it looks up its own routing table to find the routing path from itself to the intended receiver. So these routing tables have to be updated periodically to maintain the current stable or available paths. So this can be achieved by exchanging or broadcasting the periodic beacon signals between the nodes. So therefore, each node can have the knowledge about the complex network topology. Hence, each node can update its routing table based on the beacon signal it has received from its neighbors. So the main advantages is minimum time is required to find out the route for data transmission. Then disadvantages is due to the frequent change in network topology, the exchange of up-to-date information has to be done periodically. Then network overload also high. Bandwidth consumption is high in large networks. This type of a protocol is not suited for larger networks. And we have various proactive protocols which use the concept of proactive routings are first one is destination sequenced distance vector routing protocol, that's already so these are the four types. Then under the on demand driven reactive routing protocol. So reactive routing protocol are also called as on-demand routing protocol. In this type of routing protocol, each node determines the routing path whenever it is ready for transmitting data to the other node in the network. So unlike the proactive routing protocol, no node maintains routing table. So routing paths are discovered only when required, when on demand. So in the other hand, to find route, the sender node has to broad route discovery control messages to neighbors nodes until receiving reply from the intended receiver. So the advantages are it needs to broadcast less control messages for discovering route when required. So network overhead is low, suitable for large networks. Then bandwidth wastage is also low. Then disadvantages is time taken to discover the route is non-predictable. Then it has some types. Dynamic source routing protocol, ad hoc demand routing protocol, temporarily ordered routing protocol, location aided routing, then associativity based routing, signal stability based routing protocol, flow oriented routing protocol likewise. Then in the last one is hybrid routing protocol. So hybrid routing protocol combine the features of both proactive as well as reactive. So in this protocol, the network is divided into zones. So each node uses node ID and zone ID during the packet transmission. So data transmission can be carried out to other zones using border nodes of a zone. Okay, main advantages is it requires less memory and processing power, and also integrate the reactive and proactive routing advantages. Disadvantages is if the border node moves away, the re-establishing a path takes long time. Okay, so hybrid routing takes the advantages of both proactive as well as routing protocol. Then nodes which want to communicate with a particular region, particular zone, can act as a proactively. So in this case, each node maintains a routing table. Whenever a node wants to communicate with the region, can looks at the routing table and find the path for the intended recipient. So otherwise, each node uses reactive type of protocol for transmitting a packet to the designated recipient. So in this case, each node discovers a route using route discovery mechanism. Thank you. Thanks for listening.